Let's talk about why 2026 is the year to actually learn AI and machine learning, not just read about it. The most transformative technology since the internet now runs on your laptop. Models that were science fiction 5 years ago answer in under 200 milliseconds for a fraction of a cent. That window, to build real fluency before this becomes as expected as knowing Excel, is open right now. Before we go further, let's get the vocabulary straight, because these three terms get blended together constantly. AI is the umbrella. Anything that mimics human intelligence, from a chess engine to a self-driving car. Machine learning is a subset. Systems that learn patterns from data rather than following hand-coded rules. And LLMs sit inside ML, transformer networks trained on massive text corpora. That's GPT, Claude, Gemini. When people say AI today, they almost always mean this innermost layer. Now that the terms are clear, let's zoom out to the stakes. 4 numbers tell the story. A $1.3 trillion AI market projected by 2030, 77% of enterprises already using or exploring AI, AI/ML, ranked the #1 most in-demand IT skill on LinkedIn globally, and roughly 40% productivity gains reported by teams that are genuinely AI fluent. Put those together, and you're not looking at a hype cycle. You're looking at a phase change in how work gets done. That phase change shows up clearly in compensation. Entry-level ML engineers start around 120, but the curve climbs fast. Data scientists at 155, ML ops at 175, applied AI and LLM engineers at 200, and ML research scientists clearing 260, with senior researchers at frontier labs pulling $500,000 to over $1 million in total comp. And the real lever is stacking. AI plus cloud adds 30,000. AI plus distributed systems adds 40. Specialization compounds, measurably. So what does that specialization actually look like in practice? It's a stack of 6 layers. At the foundation, your language, Python mostly, with R and Julia in specific corners. Then your workspace, Jupyter, Colab, VS Code. Data tooling like Pandas, NumPy, Polars, DuckDB. The ML frameworks themselves, PyTorch, TensorFlow, JAX, Scikit-learn. Model hubs and LLM tooling like Hugging Face, Allama, VLLM, LangChain. And finally, MLOps, MLflow, weights and biases, SageMaker, Vertex AI. You don't need all 6 on day 1, but after your first real job, you will touch every single layer. And once you start touching those layers, you quickly realize AI/ML isn't one job, it's at least 6. A data scientist lives in hypotheses and statistics. An ML engineer ships models to production. An AI or LLM engineer builds RAG apps, agents, and fine-tunes. That's the role that barely existed before 2024. Then you have ML research scientists inventing architectures, ML ops engineers running the GPU plumbing, and applied researchers going deep on vision, speech, or NLP. Pick the one that fits how your brain works. Right now, applied AI is the fastest door open. Research takes longer, but it has no ceiling. And those roles ship into every corner of the economy. Healthcare is using AI for diagnostic imaging, drug discovery, and patient triage, regulated, but the upside is enormous. Finance got there first with fraud detection and risk modeling, and never looked back. Manufacturing is squeezing massive ROI out of sensor data through predictive maintenance. Retail runs on recommendations and dynamic pricing. Media is being rewired in real time by generation and translation. And software itself, co-pilots, code review, testing, AI is now part of the toolchain. The play here is simple. Pick a domain you actually care about. The strongest AI careers sit at the intersection of real domain knowledge and the tech. And here's what cracked the door open. LLMs fundamentally changed who can build AI. Before 2023, shipping a model meant labeled datasets, GPU clusters, and a PhD-grade pipeline. Today, a solid developer with Python can stand up a production RAG app in an afternoon. Retrieval, generation, 20 lines of code. From there, it's agents calling tools, fine-tuning open models with LoRa. The barrier collapsed, and that's exactly why the opportunity is this big right now. Look at the contrast line by line. A chatbot that used to be a 6-month, $500,000 project is now an afternoon for one developer. Entity extraction, translation, summarization, things that demanded specialized models and dedicated teams, collapse into a single API call. The minimum viable team went from a room full of data scientists to one fluent developer, and time to first prototype dropped from months to hours. That's not an incremental shift. That's the floor falling out. So if the floor has fallen out, here's how you walk through the door. Months 1 and 2. Get fluent in Python, NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, the ground floor. Month 3. Classical ML with scikit-learn, where your intuition actually forms. Months 4 and 5. Build a real LLM app with retrieval and a vector database. And month 6, ship it publicly. 3 projects, 1 live demo, that's what gets you the interview, not another certificate. Now, the roadmap works, but only if you sidestep the traps that take most people out. Trap 1. Drowning in math before writing a line of code. Build first, the theory clicks in context. 2. Chasing every new archive paper. Nobody reads them all. Go deep on fundamentals instead. 3. Tutorial hell, where your 5th MANIST notebook teaches you nothing your first original project would. 4. Ignoring MLOps. A model that isn't deployed is just a demo, and Docker plus a basic API is the line between hobbyist and hired. And 5. Getting the calibration wrong on what AI can actually do. Knowing precisely where it shines and where it breaks is, by itself, a marketable skill. So here's the bottom line. AI isn't replacing you, but someone who actually knows how to use it absolutely will. The market's heading toward $1.3 trillion by 2030. It's the most hired skill out there. The entry bar has collapsed, and everything you need runs on the laptop in front of you. Pip install, ship your first model, and start building. The window is open right now. Head to dargslan.com for the books, paths, and cheat sheets to begin today.